Good morning. Happy Sunday. This is a time where I can actually come to you and talk about some of the things that I've discovered. Some of you saw the post that I put in a few weeks ago that said, "Hey, I want to have a call with you guys, like one-on-one call." Put a calendar link up, and this last week my schedule's been bombed. But let me tell you what I've learned that has been, oh my gosh, I get off these phone calls with you guys and my soul is filled up because I'm so glad I felt that inspiration to have that one on one call. Because all of you are at different places. You've been around, some of you have been from the beginning. Mm. So, and there are some of you who've been with this iteration of Ignite Vision that keeps evolving. You've been a part of co-creating it with me. You're on every call. You've been there. Some of you've just been started recently. Doesn't matter. You're all co-creating it, by the way. So I hope you feel the importance of your role in this because this has just been an evolutionary process. So finding out one-on-one from you guys was like, yay. Oh, I'm so excited because I had no idea your individual stories, and it's the stories that move us, right? It's the stories of our life that can trap us, and also the new stories that we are rewriting. Some of the Ignite Vision exercises are rewrite your new story and how to do that and how to embed it emotionally because it's all about emotions. It's not about what you think here, it's out of what you move to here, right? So when I've had these calls, everybody's stories are what I get off with tears. In fact, I'm going to just share with you, I'm not going to share names, but I just want you to hear what and see how your story might resemble. Or maybe you're going to hear from somebody who's been all in, participating on the morning calls, doing the intensives, the difference that can make in your life. This one caller said, she goes, Kim, I can't, you've saved my life. I mean, she said these exact words, you saved my life. She goes, my mom died suddenly. I'm just going to recap the story. And the siblings were fighting, like big time fighting. Her sister's triggered about the, interesting though, the sister is, the more this person gets healed and deactivated in a way and aligned, the sister gets more. Haven't you guys seen that happen in the weight loss business? When someone would lose weight, all their fat friends would get upset, like, wait, what? Who do you think you are? Are you better than us? Come on, eat this, eat that, right? It triggers some people because it exposes what they're missing inside them. So this person said, I loved, this was like one of my very first calls I had too, and it started the whole thing. And she goes, the biggest thing I've noticed is my capacity to love. My capacity to love. She goes, I look at my sister who's attacking me and attacking me, and I don't have a reaction back other than just to see her with the eyes of love. All right, well, let's start with that one. Another person, and this person's relatively new, she goes, it just is the calm before the storm of my day. I can start my day with this calm instead of waking up to a panic or going to bed and waking up in the same emotional state. I have the calm. Another one said, I've gone to years of therapy, and this has done more for me in the short amount of time I've been involved than years of therapy. Oh, I love hearing that. Not that I'm against therapy, but this is a different science. Therapy is all about talking about it and bringing it up and maybe having some ahas as you do that. Nothing wrong with that. But when you go in and practice this exercise I did with this one woman, seriously, she said, Kim, I've used that exercise over and over and over, and it works. It's like mental ninja moves. That's what I call it, emotional ninja moves. It has a power to it. Another person said she's unpacking her religion because she said the church that she's been going to doesn't really fit her awakening spirituality anymore. And she goes, this community has saved her life. She had a death in her family that was tragic. She's jumped into the intensives out of the blue. Like, she didn't even know what they were. She jumped in right away when she started. She's like, if I hadn't have had the intensive community, I don't know where I would be. My life would be on a different trajectory. Exactly. Regulating emotions. Breathing is magical. Like, just breathing. And this is another intensive person. No more people pleasing. She goes, I've noticed that, man, I catch myself like, oh, I was going to say yes to that and I didn't really want to. Or I felt guilty about saying no and now I don't anymore. She goes, that was huge for her. Um, a marriage is being impacted hugely positively here. Pillar two, this one person, she just comes natural. In fact, she goes, what's exciting for me is I go, when something's going wrong, she goes, pillar two, everything in life happens for my highest and best. There are no accidents. Life's happening for me, not to me. So she goes, immediately when something wrong starts, I start feeling that way. I just have shifted it to like, oh, well, what's coming? Well, I'm excited now because I'm excited to see how this is going to work out. I'm excited to see, what's going to come from this that is for my highest and best. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Um, Self acceptance. This one woman struggles with self judgment up the kazoo. Like I have worked with a lot of people with self judgment, but this one was on the scale of like monumental. And she goes, it's amazing to me how much I don't judge myself harshly anymore. She goes, I probably still do, but it's not as harsh. It's getting better. I loved it. Another religious transformation. In fact, this person was, it's actually made my religion more alive. So, don't hear any of the religious connotations that they're bad. Some people need to get out of their religion to feel the internal alignment. The religion beliefs and dogmas and fear-based stuff is keeping them trapped. Some people can reinterpret how their religion is showing up for them and aliven it and make it more real for them. So it's not right, wrong, good, bad. Don't hear it like that. It's just how is your spirit? How is your true self guiding you in this process? Another person said, I can unblock fear like that. I feel fear strike. I know exactly what to do. He breathes and oh, I gave it away. It's a he. And it's like, oh, I'm okay now. I'm okay now. Like I got the secret sauce. Um, another one that's been in another one that's been in therapy that has just noticed, wow, this is doing way more for me. Another one is just I'm confident. I'm a better speaker. My faith is stronger. I just feel better about myself, like in the vision I have for my life. Oh, and there's one that just completely someday maybe, and she did share it in the intensive. I heard in the intensive this month, she shared the deep story of how she used the example of when I used this with my son who was really depressed, cutting himself, really having a dark place in his life. And I started seeing him emotionally accepting the love that is there inside of himself, that is unconditional. And I saw that. I felt it and did it and saw it for him in advance. Gaia, and also love infusion. It's what I call the love infusion. This is what I believe is the pure, true process of prayer. Praying from like, oh, please, please, please help me, right? Help that person. Oh, I'm scared about my kids. I'm scared about whatever, my health. That's fear-based. But when you actually go in, I have my little bracelet on that says go in. I got it from our Vegas immersion event. I wear it all the time, reminding me, go in. And when you go in and you find the God place in you, that was another question I asked. How many of you can find the God place, which in our language means gratitude in advance, gratitude on demand, God, right? The acronym. You can find it and it's a heart opener. It's not cerebral, it's heart. You can feel it in your heart right now. I can do that to some of you. Okay, go find it. And you can find it like that. You know why? Because you practice it. Some of you that get on or try to do these and go, okay, I can't really do it, Kim. I'm not really good at it. It's because you just don't practice it. And you give yourself you don't give yourself grace and you judge yourself harshly, right? So if you show up differently with like, I'm just going to try practice, can't do it wrong, just going to keep coming back, return, right? The more you do that, it'll come naturally for you. Honestly, I can guarantee you. But this woman did this with her grandson who was in the same kind of thing, depressed. She was worried about suicidal things happening. And the kid I had my one-on-one call. We're both sitting there crying because she applied this powerful principle of the love infusion, seeing what you want to have, how they feel, changing the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. It's powerful. Oh, makes me so excited. I'm so grateful for her. Severe depression. And the community has saved her. This is another story. The community has saved her. Depression. Somebody mentioned in the post I posted in the group yesterday asking for ideas. Rosa or somebody posted loneliness. Well, yeah, the community is here for you. So please take advantage of this powerful community that will show up with love for you no matter what. Okay, there were more, but that was all I wrote down. Some of you might be really new and you just found out about Ignite Vision. You found out about my work from somewhere or somehow, doesn't matter. But as we expand, these testimonials are what have given me the fuel to like, okay, let's go. So thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And you are so worth it. You are loved unconditionally, and you are welcome here. Love you.